What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is Love After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 58, child. So, we start this episode off. Listen, we have the whole Dante, Nicole, Tia drama situation happening. Nicole is crying. She's not sure whether she's rushing into this, but she does love Tia. She wants to marry Tia, and Tia is sick. Tia is confused because she's saying Nicole been crying nonstop since she got back from the bridal shop, and she's not understanding what's going on, and she's a little confused about what's really going on with them. Dante has decided that Nicole has been sending him secret smoke signals through the phone to say she don't really want to marry Tia, and he need to swoop in and save her like the great Black Hope. So he done got his, we done all seen the red velvet suit, honey, and he is getting himself dressed and ready to go. He said, I don't know exactly where the wedding is going to take place. I just know what's happening at a park. He said, what they going to do, call the police on me? They the convicts. Child. So they had this whole thing worked up the whole episode where we see Dante getting dressed, and we see Tia getting dressed, and we see Nicole getting dressed. Y'all, listen, life after lockup, y'all know y'all are shady as hell. Y'all are shady as hell to be sitting there having daggone showing us Nicole sitting in the middle of that damn public bathroom with a vanity seat, putting her makeup on in the park. Y'all know y'all was wrong for that. Listen, y'all could have got that girl a trailer. Y'all could have gave her somewhere else other than sitting in that nasty ass public bathroom doing her damn makeup at a table somebody done bought her. Anyway, Dante gets stuck in the ditch. The police have to come and tow his ass up out of the ditch. And of course, he is like, I have seen better days. This is not how I thought this day was going to go. And of course, they left it all real anticlimactic-y with the wedding getting ready to happen, and we don't know whether Dante makes it to the wedding to stop it or not, okay? This is not going to end up being no Dwayne and Whitley situation where he stops the wedding and she runs off into the sunset with him. Listen, we know how this story ends, okay, Dante? And I feel for you, bruh. Now, in real time, Dante's, he keeps telling us we don't know the whole story, and of course, he can't say anything yet. But I did see where he has been dropping some text messages. Now that this episode has aired, I see where he has been dropping some text messages letting us know that Nicole was reaching out to him behind the scenes. So we're going to see what's really good. Now, Sean done reached out to Sarah's mama and she's like, what am I doing here? Why am I here? And he told her that he wants to marry Sarah, and he asked the mama to help him pick out a ring. And her mama is not here for it. She ain't feeling it, and she ain't here for it. And I feel like she was trying to go along with the get along because she knows she had to film this scene, and she was trying to get him a little bit, but she just couldn't do it. She was like, she just couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. She wasn't feeling it, and she ran up out of there, and he tried to follow her, and he was like, don't follow. She said, don't follow me. Don't follow me. Don't touch me. I don't want no parts of this. I don't want no parts of this shenanigans, okay? Then we had Christina and her husband, child. I can't think of his name now. But she got a job. She's working down at a sandwich shop, and she is happy. She's feeling a little bit of independence about herself, that she can, she's working. We see her down at the sandwich shop making sandwiches and telling this woman all her business. She telling this woman about her mama being sick, about her addiction, about her sister's addiction. I said, damn, how long they known each other? That she's giving this woman her whole life story. Now, in turn, the woman did let her know, listen, I've been fighting addiction, and I was fighting cancer last year. So, I understand what you're doing, what you're going through. I understand how you feel. Don't worry about it. I'm glad you're here. So, I'm happy for her. Look like she got herself a little slice of independence. She is going through a lot with her mom being sick and everything. She's going through a lot. Brittany and Marcelino. So we know that Brittany's dad came to visit. Brittany's mama came through too. And it is so awkward when the two of them are in the same room. It is just so awkward. They just are not here for it. Okay, they are so not here for each other. Okay, but the father is there to help watch the kids so that Marcelino can take Brittany away on a little romantic overnight trip, day or two. He said, listen. Intimacy is important in a relationship, and anybody tells you that it isn't is a liar. They lying to you. And I need some alone time with my wife. I need some alone time with her. And so, Brittany pulls him aside, her daddy aside, and lets him know that she got an email from her biological father, and she said that listen, there's a part of me that's curious, but at the same time, I wanted to run it past you. He said, listen, I get it. He said, let me explain something. I'm your father. Ain't nothing changing about that. Ain't nobody gonna change me about that. I'm your dad. I know I'm your dad. That's it. He said, but I also understand, I appreciate you coming to me. He said, and I also understand there's a curiosity there. There's a curiosity about who this man is and why he's never been a part of your life. Now, his version of the story is that the mama took her away and wouldn't allow him to see her. Mama's version of the story was he wasn't any good. He was a bad guy, and she took her away to save her. But Brittany's thing is, but I know my mama won't shit. So how can I really believe what she telling me that my daddy wasn't no good and that she took us away for our own safety when I know that life wasn't no bed of roses living with her and her addiction? I know they were young when they got together. She was in her teens when they got pregnant. So maybe both of them just were no good. And so she's open to it. She kind of wants to meet this guy. And her dad told her, listen, do it. And he told her that, he had a very similar situation with his father. He said, I don't want anybody to feel deprived of the opportunity to meet their parent, meet their parent and really figure it all out. And you do have questions you want to ask him, and he needs to give you some answers. So I see, that's a real man that says, listen, I'm not threatened by this man because I know who raised you. I know who your father was. It was me. Biology don't have shit to do with this. I'm your daddy, okay? Now, later on in the episode, we see where her and Marcelino, they get their little getaway. He takes her to a native, looks like some sort of Native American overnight situation, like they're sleeping in a teepee and stuff. I feel like there might be some cultural appropriation somewhere in there, but I'm going to just let that go, because I don't know. But okay. And so they had that, they talked about, just where they are and what they've been through and, how much they love each other, child, yada, 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 boo, boo, boo. They had their intimate time. Okay. Ray and Brittany. Now, we see Ray talking to Grandma. Now, I like Ray's grandma. Ray grandma was giving it to him straight with no chaser. Ray grandma said, listen, are y'all really ready to get married? Like, is this what you really trying to do? And he was like, I bought her a ring, but I don't really know if I'm ready to get married. Like, I'm still trying to figure it all out. I'm still trying to get my life together, and I know that she wants a lot and she deserves a lot. Like, I want to be able to do for her. But right now, where I am now, with everything I have going on financially and stuff, I just don't know if I'm ready for everything she's trying to do. But I also, I love her and I want to be with her. And Grandma say, listen, do you think that's going to be good enough? Like, she said, how about you give her the ring and just tell her it's a promise ring? She said, you think you'll be able to get away with it being a promise ring? And he was like, I don't know about that one, Grandma. She said, well, he told her that he finally met, Brittany's mom. And she was like, well, I can understand where they're coming from. I can definitely understand. She said, but at the same time, we accepted her. Shoot. We took her in and accepted her. She said, well, you know how I felt about the situation. I was very skeptical too. So I can understand her parents being a little skeptical and being a little, trying to figure this whole thing out. It's a lot to accept, and it's new for all of us. Y'all was dating and none of us knew how this thing was going to work out. So, she said, I understand her caution and her parents' caution. And she very nicely let him know that, listen, if y'all want to take things slow, it's cool. It's all right to take things a little slow. Okay? It's cool. And how you going to let Brittany know without it turning into a whole situation. I like the idea of the promise ring, but Brittany ain't going for that. Child, Brittany ain't going for no promise ring. That ain't... Brittany want a diamond. She wants a diamond. She is not going for no promise ring. That is not how this is going to work. No, ma'am. Oh, Lord. We see Puppy and Amber. Child, Puppy then took Amber and her mama down to the bridal shop to let them know that she is engaged and she is getting ready to get married. And Amber and her mama are like, say what, say who, say how? And they were like, are you sure? Like, are you doing this because you really ready to get married? Or are you doing this because of the war and you scared you going back to jail? And then they were like, you know, and Amber is trying to tell her, listen, girl, I talked to my parole officer. She told me that this is all you have to do, that everything will be okay. You explain the situation. And Puppy said, well, I already tried that. I did try to do that. Puppy, you ain't tried to call nobody. No, you didn't. You didn't do it. Because it don't even sound like you really did it. You didn't do none of what Puppy told you to do. And at the end of the day, Puppy gonna tell them, well, what if I run? I mean, what's such a big deal about running? I mean, getting a fresh start, starting over. Ma'am, we are in 2021. There is no starting over, fresh start. The minute you do anything dealing with your social security number or your damn fingerprint, they are going to come, they are going to scoop you up, and you are going to jail for the rest of however long your sentence was. I'm not understanding you, ma'am. It's not no, oh, we're just getting away for a fresh start. You will be a fugitive from the law. Because if you don't take your ass down there and do what Amber told you to do and talk to the people Amber told you to talk to and get that damn warrant cleared up. Oh, jeez. Then she had a nerve to get mad at them talking about something. Well, I feel like you're raining on my parade. I feel like you're, you know, you bringing my mood down. Like, this is supposed to be a happy day for me. And y'all act like y'all not happy for me. Because they not. Because they're like, you are getting married because you have a warrant on your head, not because I love this man and you ready to, ma'am, they not. They not happy. Child, that's it. That's all. I think this was the is this the season finale? Or was next week the season finale? I know that we almost at the end, child. I know we almost at the end. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.